Yeah, I just shot the 200 yard FTX, 1980 feet per second. Shooting for 1960, so right in the ballpark. I had a fresh block and it departed very good. Energy onto the target. It bounced pretty good. You can see the wound cavity. Again, this is 200 yard velocity. Wound cavity is about 3.5 inches. It starts at about 1 inch. And the major portion of it ends at about 10.5. I can see I shed jacket right there, a part of the jacket, and we entered into the block and the bullet stopped right there. Now I'm going to preface this that the penetration may be off just slightly. It looks like it hit a hole on the other one, but it did 16 plus another 12.5 inches, so 28.5 inches, and the bullet looks perfect. But my stopper block is getting a little used up, but it's the best one I got, and I'll try and hit a different hole next time. But penetration may not have been quite as much because I hit pretty close to the hole there, but we've got a very good wound cavity here, so we're going to get the penetration. We lost the pedal there. And so it's imparting energy on there. So 200 yards is still doing a great job. And I can see the bullet, and it looks really nice. I'm going to dig it out of there, and we'll see. Okay. We dug her out. Again, that's 200 FTX with simulated 200 yard velocity, 358 Yeti. Excellent weight retention. Again, it looks like we lost 2 pedals. I saw the one in the block. I've rotated the block, and we're gonna try it again for the next round. Okay, just got done shooting the 300 yard simulated velocity with the 358 Yeti and the 200 FTX. Velocity of 1892. Looks like we're running a little bit warmer than what we were hoping for. I was looking for 1720, and heat must be having something to do with it. But I was looking for 1720, so we're actually at 1892. So that's going to be closer to 150 yards, or 250 yards. We'll calculate it out. I'll put captions. Okay, it was a top shot, and kicked my tape off the table. We have a permanent wound cavity about 2 3/4 inches. It starts at about 1.5 inches and extends out about 7.5 inches. It opened up the front, on top of the block, I mean, and entered the back block. We'll have to see if we can find out where it went. Yeah, I just rolled the block over and it was split out. But it looks like we traveled into this block 12 inches, because the bullet is right there. So we got 12.5 inches into the second block, so that's 28.5 inches of penetration. And a good looking bullet. It looks like along the way it sheared half of one, half of another, and a full other jacket off, but we've got good retained weight. Bullet did a good job. Again, it was at 1,892 feet per second. I was shooting for 17. I don't know why the velocity jumped up. Here between the blocks you can see the tip. The tip is right there. And I'd say that 200 FTX is doing an excellent job, even at the lower velocity. So I would not be scared to take that out to 300 yards, and maybe a little further. So that's going to wrap up the Yeti. I hope we all learned something. I'm liking the performance of the bullets. I don't have any complaints at all with the hot core or the 200 FTX. Next week, next time out with the Yeti, I'm going to run the 200 grain or 225 grain bullets and see how their performance is.